Sunday morning, feel that ache inside my heart. I can't hold on any longer.
Hi there. Let's try this grid. Yep, seems to work. Not sure about the quality of the stream. Should be 160. I think it's 60 frames per second. Yeah, on the Xbox it's a really cool game, and on the PC as well. So you have a modded Xbox, so probably with a ton of Japanese shooters and stuff. All my consoles are stock, except for an original PlayStation and a PlayStation 2. Those have mod chips for playing imports, but. Okay. Just doing the first race. This game really looks very nice. For a 2007 game, this is not bad. So I'm streaming at 4,500 kilobits per second. And that should actually give excellent video quality. The audio might leave a bit to be desired, but I'm sorting out my microphone inputs to see how mixing the audio works actually the best. To have a unified volume control. And I think being able to control the volume of the games is actually very important in the stream, just to filter out any unwanted music or anything. And while talking, I just dropped 5 places. Oh well, the object of this first race is just to finish, but it would be cool if I was first, but my car is more of a rocket than that it is a car. There's a couple of turns left, so I might be able to overtake them. No. Crashing into those sandbags. Oh, the rest of them are also crashed. Yeah. No. my car was totally destroyed. Ah, an original Xbox soft modded. Yeah. My original Xbox, I forgot. That also has a chip in order to to play imports, but also play homebrew. Okay, so this game works. Now I'm very curious if Sega Rally, that was the other game that I wanted to play the other day, if that works. This is the PC version. I'm afraid it is not. Oh yeah, it is. It takes a bit of time to show up, but that's cool. Ah, yeah, playing playing the original Doom on the Xbox with a controller is actually quite fun. Okay, so this may not be the highest settings or anything, but it's just me checking out Sega Rally. Now this runs at 60 frames per second. Yesterday I was streaming the PlayStation 3 version, which actually looks very similar. I'm just gonna play some games. This may actually be very nauseating. This plays so much faster and so much smoother than the PlayStation 3 version. Great game. I love these Sega arcade games. Not sure how it comes across on the stream. Of course, titles like this with fast-moving graphics always introduce a bit of blockiness when it comes to streaming. There's only so much bandwidth you can actually muster up. But YouTube says the stream quality is excellent, so I'm just going to do one round and then move on to another PC game just to see if I'm able to run the other games as well. That car is a lot of mud clinging to it. I think actually from 2005 upwards, Xbox 360 generation, PlayStation 2 perhaps, when it comes to graphics, the graphics often hold up. You know, they're actually quite playable, and they're not as bad as Saturn or 3DO graphics, you know, the early polygon graphics. Of course, the newer consoles and systems, they have newer, even more realistic graphics, but these are good enough. I think games like these age actually quite well. Now the exterior car view takes a bit of getting used to, but I was afraid I was being forced to stream more modern titles in the PlayStation 3 emulator, but just being able to play it like this is actually quite good. And now the finish line. Hi. Greetings to Down Under. Yeah, I thought about streaming early in the morning to give you Australians a chance to catch my stream. For me, it's actually quite easy to stream in the mornings, at least now. So how have you been, Hilly? Australia, New Zealand. Yeah, this is a great game. That works. Now I wanna. Yeah, it's it's early, so you just probably were checking your email and stuff. I tried Fallout 4 on PC at 4K. Ah, yeah. Well, streaming 4K will not be possible at 60 frames per second. Let me see. What can I? Oh, I also have this little static, this little static thing to look at. What's a good game to try? Perhaps a little Doom. Not sure if I correctly configured it yet, but let's see if that works. Oh, it says it wants to. What's that? Why doesn't it work? Downloads. Home. Doom. Doom. Play. There was some sort of waiting thing. Oh, it's PM, of course. Yes, of course. Yeah, you guys. So it's like in the evening. Yeah, I figured the morning and the evening. Yeah, you guys are very unlucky when it comes to the time zone and people streaming, I guess. Let's see if any game visuals appear in the stream. I just see the logo Bethesda. Yes, it does. Yeah, there's a bit of a lag. I think I've set this to Vulkan, so it's good to know that OBS also streams Vulkan-enabled games. This game, this Doom, I believe a new version is actually coming out soon, but it's quite amazing how good. Oh, there's the frame counter. Okay. It's actually quite amazing how similar to the original Doom it felt. Doom Eternal, that's the new one, right? Yeah, I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna do the campaign. Arcade mode, no, just game slot 1, and do a new game, continue game. Whoops. Game slot 2. No, I just want a new game. Oh wait, delete game slot R. Accept. R. Accept. Just R. Accept, and then a new slot. Start campaign. Too young to die because I'm chicken. (9:44 a.m.) Yes, over here it's 10:44, 10:46. So it's 8:45 down under. So yeah, if we stream early in the morning, then you guys will be able to have an evening stream. That's good to know. It's interesting that the frames per second counter is on. I think I turned it on somewhere when I was checking how it ran on my graphics card or something. It's not that I totally get off on the frames per second on the top right corner. Oh, 8 p.m. Okay. Oh, you're not. Oh, of course, no. It's winter. No, it's summertime, right? Daylight saving. Yeah, and no daylight saving. Oh well. Yeah, they're gonna abolish that probably in. Oh, I just totally got destroyed. I was just a load from checkpoint. Of course, I was being attacked and I let myself just be ripped to pieces. Let's see if I can destroy these. I just thought it was some intro visuals. F is melee. Okay. There, one left. This also is, of course, hard to stream probably. Wasn't there this thing? Yeah. Bit of story. So, streaming HD. I'm playing the game on my little Ryzen system. It's actually very nice. Oh, you have to get into the suit. Now I'm monitoring the stream and checking the chat on a laptop because, well, there's just no way of gaming. And I tried a second screen on the same PC, but that just totally threw off the capture. But this really works good. I'm checking it on my laptop and it really looks good. I'm pleased. Oh, I forgot to put the chat in. Let's see if I can put that in because allow access. Okay, let's put it on static and see if I can put the chat in because pop out chat, do it like that, and configure the chat in the scene, chat browser, properties, chat pop out. Okay, that should populate the chat. And let's see if, yeah, the chat is live. Okay. Hi, Mr. Stig, Northern Ireland, John. So yeah, I mean it's nice to have the chat on. Now sometimes it'll just give one of these weird little scrolling blue orbs, and it won't scroll the chat properly. But yeah, I think this layout is actually quite good. Let's see if I can play another game. This one. Now it should scale properly to the Yeah, it's been a long time, John. I've seen that you are very much into your radio-controlled vehicles. Thank you, Predator Gaming. That's very kind. Continue game, new game. Not sure if this actually will work. There's a bit of a 30-second delay. Not all games might work. This game might be a bit. Oh, but this is a very nasty game because you really can't exit it properly. Let's see. Quit. So this is a game that just is currently active. No. So that didn't work. Okay. Tempest 4000 then. Play. Play Tempest 4000 on Windows 10. Yeah. Agree. Let's see if that works. Whoops. I gotta set a resolution even. Let's do the default resolution. Oh bloody hell. Only has weird 1920 by 1080 and then 60 Hertz. Start game. Let's see if that works. Yeah, I've been having all sorts of issues trying to get Windows games to work. And this also shows a black screen. Press X for menu. B button. Oh, yeah, this just doesn't work. Can I get out? No. Oh, it does. It does show up eventually. But it's a bit of a nasty one because it uses its own resolution and you can't easily exit it. Really weird. Press left button LB to quit. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. I guess because I had to set the resolution, it just didn't work. Next Machina then. Oh, that also is a difficult game because it's a very nice twin stick shooter, but that actually Hot Pursuit then. Agree. Play. Yes. What's tough about streaming PC games is that I just started Need for Speed Hot Pursuit, and if you're not careful, it actually displays the serial number for a bit. And yeah, 1920 1080 stereo. None webcam. Save and exit. So I really have to set most games to HD and not above, because otherwise it'll just not work. And yeah, because there's a 30-second delay, it's not always easy to see whether or not it's not easy to see if the game works, but this seems to work. And of course the Tempest 4000, that's the Jeff Minter game, that's actually known to be very no, cancel, no online stuff. I don't care for online stuff. Yeah, I do have an account, I believe, but I'm not too much for online multiplayer gaming, only with friends. Okay, so some explanation about how the game works. This also is a very nice looking game, and it seems to be a good resolution. Yeah, it's not bad. The little video window actually has similar colors to the game and has similar colors to the banner. I might change around the banner. I'm not too keen on the light color, but oh well. I'm not. Yeah. What the thing is with these racing games is that they always have very long introductions, and they also have these hierarchical menus. It's not easy to navigate. You always have to page back and forth between those menus. It's just the GameCube emulator runs good on PC. I think it does. Yes. Dolphin. It runs actually most games at full speed if you have a PC that's fast enough. Photos, Hot Pursuit Online, career, I think, yeah. This probably is the it's interesting how PC gaming and console gaming have really converged in a way, because it's actually fairly easy to play PC games, you know, using one of these controllers. The thing about streaming on YouTube like this is that there's actually quite a bit of lag. I think it's about 20 to 30 seconds or something. So, but it's nice to be able to interact. So sound is good. The sound of the game is very low, but I try to avoid copyright things.
Entry in the Roadsters Reborn race event is confirmed. In this showcase event, you will unleash the true potential of the Roadster as you compete against other
Yeah,
drivers
it also does run full speed Dolphin on my PC. But some games are actually quite difficult to run full speed. F-Zero GX, for example, is quite a demanding title.
Win the races and outrun the law with style.
I'm gonna outrun the law with style.
Your daily activity is measured as bounty. The harder, faster, and more dangerously you drive, the more bounty you will earn.
YouTube's screen is so bright though, watching streams. Making the video full screen hides the chat, as does cinema mode. A bit of a pain. Yeah, that's true, and that's a shame. There is on the tablets and stuff. There is a way to have the chat display on top of the video for a bit, but you can't easily comment. So yeah, it's mainly PCs only. Or just watch the chat in a small window. You might actually be able to scroll down if you set it to wide. If you set it to theater mode and you scroll down and scroll up, or if you do full screen, you can also scroll down. If you set it to full screen, Hilly, then it says scroll for details, and if you scroll down you can scroll into the chat, type something, and then scroll up again, and I might be able to show you actually. That might actually improve. I'll show you in a bit. That might actually improve the experience a bit, because there's something new, that full screen actually is not the full screen that you've been used to, but they changed it around. You can actually scroll down or scroll up, and then you reach the chat. I'll show it. But first, a bit of footage for this game. This looks awesome. Now, all these games are originally set to the ultra-wide screen resolution because of this ultra-wide screen, and quite a few of the modern games they work with that. And if you run this actually gives you a beautiful view of the ocean and the horizon, because there's this humongous degrees of view that you can have with these ultra-wides, but of course that's not very conducive to to streaming, because that would actually look very weird. It's about a third, half the height of a regular screen. It just looks weird. In person it looks cool, but if you whoa! Okay, that was some horrible crash. Okay, I'll see if I can show you guys the middle bit. Yeah, the middle bit. middle. Okay. Now I'll go into YouTube. And I'm going to go to Lactobacillus. Oh, caps lock is on. Lactobacillus prime. And if I go to the stream, and I yeah, and I go to the stream and I do this, then you can see scroll for details if you go full screen, and if you scroll down you actually have the chat, and you can type something in the chat, press enter, and just go back. So perhaps that's a way, Hilly, of being able to just enjoy the full screen experience and still yeah, and you can of course read the chat on the screen if the streamer has the chat displayed on the screen. So let me see. Yeah. So I hope that actually is a nice tip that works for you. Because yeah, that's the way I actually do it when I'm viewing it on the couch or on a laptop or something with a smaller screen. Now I do have to change the resolution again because yeah, I want to be able to see the chat. No. Just yeah, like this. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, there's just no way around it, I guess. So for the retro games, I'm using Launchbox, which actually provides a very nice interface when it comes to selecting very nice interface when it comes to selecting games, and it just keeps updating. It's very much updated all the time. Now I see people work with a Stream Deck or something like that, just in order to be able to get around navigating with the OBS software on the same screen as the system that you're streaming with. Now I'm back in the retro gaming thing. For example, let's see if Crazy Taxi actually will work. I think it does, yeah. Now this also has a lot of copyrighted music, so I won't have it. Yeah, the Sega games are good. The Sega games are good when it comes to playing them on almost just about any console. This is running on Dolphin. Hey, come on over! Okay, just the arcade or the original arcade, or whatever. Play the arcade. I'm not very good at this. I play this a ton on the Xbox, on the Dreamcast, which is a precursor to the Xbox, I guess. So the premise of the game is just to transport all these passengers around town as quickly as possible. The big arrow points into the direction of... Well, there's not much audio going on. And in the green, when I parked my car against a... that's why I braked so quickly. And depending upon the color, the ride is more involved. And you have to step on the metal just a bit harder. This is running on a Ryzen... Oh, look, I'm just overshot a bit. This is running on a Ryzen 8 core system. It has oomph enough to be able to... Where are some passengers now? Ah, there's one. The greens are the most easy to transport, but you don't earn as much money. Now, how do I reverse? Ah. You just smash into the cars. But yeah, this title hasn't aged as well as as some of the other titles, because the graphics are a bit... The textures aren't that great, but it's a classic. Oh, dude. So you can do all sorts of stunts. It's like skateboarding around. I'll probably go straight through the park. It's almost like oops. A lot of I don't think if you drive very regularly, I don't think this is what you should play often. It could induce a bit of road rage, perhaps. I'm not serious here. Ah, that's the game time up. So let's see, 14. That's not a bad earning for a day. That's more than I earn in real life, I guess. I think, yeah, way more. Okay, so that works. And yeah, let's go check out some of the retro gaming systems. Let me see. So the Wander Swan. This is a great title, Mr. Driller. You have to go drill down and make sure nothing lands on your head. And because you're digging down into the earth, you need oxygen. I'm quite anal about getting enough oxygen. Wow! But, you know, at the first levels it's so slow that you barely get into troubles. But you really need to get out of the way of those falling blocks. So yeah, level clear. So this, for a handheld, this actually plays very nice. They have this on many systems. I believe there's also a Dreamcast and PlayStation original. Just get out of the way of those falling blocks, they'll crush you. Of course, blocks like these with a large vertical. Whoa! Oh yeah, it still got me. Okay, let's see. These are huge vertical leaps. Of course, you have to drill further. Now the number of the number of oxygen tanks that are dotted around are actually far fewer and more difficult to reach. You really have to, you know, trick. Thank you, Predator Gaming. Very much appreciate it. So this is Mr. Digger. Mr. Dig. Mr. Driller, I mean. Let's see. Williams Classics. Defender on arcade. Advanced step through tests. Oh. Yeah, these, if you run this for the first time, it has this factory default thing. Hopefully I'll be able to just insert some coins and get on with it. To make change. No, this is not working. Let me see. PSP minis. So this is PSP. Small PSP games, like these indie titles. If you have any requests for me to check out a certain game, I might be able to entertain, because I've got quite a few games. Okay, I'm not sure that I like the. Well, perhaps for the stream it's better because it's less blocky. I think this runs at an increased resolution. This game is just so awesome. It totally captures the essence of Pac-Man, but creates a totally different game. I think Pac-Mania and some others, they were the precursors of this. Now what is fun is that there's a lot of combos you can make. I'm not playing it very wisely now, but I'm distracted. in this game it's actually quite a lot easier to go after the ghosts. Much easier than in the regular Pac-Man, where you're not always have to put all your energy into chasing the ghosts, because it'll cost you dearly. Might be that the sound of the game is a bit too loud, so like this. But yeah, imagine this running on the PSP. Whoa! I'm just... Oh, this is actually very, well, esoteric, I guess. So this counts down. You have an unlimited amount of lives, but this just counts down where you have to score as many points as possible. And of course, if you die, the amount of points you get for all the dots is lowered, and if you survive longer, you'll be able to get an increased score. Now, I'm very distracted by the fact that I know that I'm streaming. I really have to get used to that. For the longest time I found streaming very stressful, but I guess like making videos for YouTube, if you do it long enough, it sort of becomes normal. But yeah, this plays rather well. Let's see, regular Sony PSP, God of War. Yeah, I'm running this at an increased resolution, just because it looks nicer when you stream it. And if you play these games on the small screen, then it doesn't matter. Now this is a beast of a game which doesn't run well on all emulators. And your system really has to be very optimized in order to be able to run it. Kratos. Now I haven't played this one a lot, the Battle for Olympus. Nothing was ever as it seemed. The vision of his past sent Kratos in search of answers. Answers that lay in the temple of Poseidon, deep within the city of Atlantis. I think this is video, or this might actually be Kratos. It was a dream. Your vision still. The God of War game on the PlayStation 4 is just amazing.
Perhaps it is a vision best left unchanged. There is more to this than you know.
There is more to this than you know. Okay, so this is in-game footage. Now with this enhanced resolution, this actually makes it very similar to, there's a bit of frame drops perhaps, but this makes it look like a PlayStation 2 game, or even PlayStation 3 game. And my system is capable of playing this full speed, which is fine. The other one also, the original one on the PlayStation 2, also starts out on a boat. Let me see. Do I have to go somewhere? Oh, no, there's. Okay, so big attacks. The cool thing about this game is that there's some puzzle elements involved in it as well. What I don't like is the time events, because I'm just not good at those. Hyper ion charge. This is gonna. But yeah, this works well. Let's check out another system. PlayStation 3. I don't have that many games on there. Also God of War. You just have to take my word for it, I guess. PlayStation 2. Also God of War. It's a bit limited, I guess, the things that I play on here, but PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, no games found. Spectrum then. Oh, of course, that's it. PlayStation 3, there's more games because I was still in the search. Let's see what's a cool title to just go play. Oh yeah, there's this puzzle game that's also out on let me see. Switchball or something like that. Yeah, Switchball. I hope it works. There's a lot. Oh, yeah, of course, if you load it for the first time, it takes a while. Let's do that again. Switchball. So it has to compile modules because it's like one of these fast recompiler things. Here the frame rate is also still. I may have to turn that off because it's not not very nice in the stream. But I was testing how fast it ran and stuff. And this time, and this, I mean, it's also good for testing games because you get a feel of if it still works. Atomic Elbow, Pixel Tales. And this is a cool game. It's a bit finicky on the emulator and if it displays the graphics properly, but yeah, it does. Single player game. This is a cool game where you navigate through a world, and it's also available on PC, this one. And it has awesome music. I'll turn that down a bit because well, I don't want to have a copyright strike, but it takes a while to load. Now, this ball you have to navigate, you start at one of these floating islands in the sky, and you have to navigate, and there's all sorts of physics involved. You basically have to navigate towards the end and get into your little airboat. And just go to the next one. Now you can push objects around. Oops. And then you push that one and you get to go through. So these are fairly easy, the first ones, but there's all sorts of physics involved. And this is actually one of the first games puzzle games that had very extensive physics. And this is like a seesaw thing, so you have to have a bit of a beginning speed in order to take the ramp. So, and then you board the gyrocopter and you go to the next level. Now the puzzles become more complex each level you reach, and I think it's a very nice, worthwhile game. It's very relaxing, but also very rewarding because your brain is activated into coming up with all sorts of solutions for sometimes seemingly impossible. Okay, well, this works, so let's get out of this one. Now it sort of freezes, I guess. Yeah, that happens with these emulators, that they're not always the most stable of things. PlayStation 2. This is a cool game. It's a great run and gun platformer. This is out on many different systems also. It's a 2005 game. I'm not sure if it is out on PC actually. It's one of these indie games, but I've seen it on the Xbox 360 and also the GameCube, or was it the regular Xbox? I forgot. But yeah, alien hominid. Aliens have the alien hominid is being chased by government agents, and it has to escape, and you're playing the alien. So this is actually very nice. You actually have no extensive tutorial, but you do get a chance of how to play, a look of how you play the game. It's a passive tutorial. Skip. called 1 of 1 or 1.1. I like the graphics, they're very cartoon style. Basically this kid eating an ice cream, totally oblivious to what is happening around him. Nothing to see here. Okay. And the kid is your friend. And the amount of blood, the total over the top amount of blood really is quite something. Oh, yeah, you easily die. But you have a couple of lives. Whoops. And you can throw bombs and stuff. You can set them on fire. And you can actually crush them in vehicles. Whoops. It's great. I love games like this. Just so over the top. As you can see, I'm not very good at them, but yeah. There you go. Sony PlayStation. Gosh, I forgot what. Europe. Rally the Europe. Prism Arts. This was only brought out in Japan. It's a great little racer. Now with these optical media based systems, you really have to wait for loading. Championship. Weird undefined car. Automatic transmission. Oh, yeah, of course the Japanese game they use the circle instead of the X. So this is a later game from 2000. Just not looking very bad, you know, for a PlayStation title. You can see that they really had some time to perfect the way the system works. And the physics, although it's an arcade game, the physics are actually quite good. Oops. It's not realistic if you see how the other cars bump into you, but now this time of day might not be the most perfect time of day to stream, because I don't think there's a lot of people out there. But the ones down under, they have their evening, so they will be able to enjoy. And I think the Americans are still sleeping or are just going to bed. Some of them have perhaps woken up already, but or still have to go to bed. Let's see if I can increase my position. not sure if this comes across on the stream, but the original PlayStation uses a lot of dithering to fake using more colors than it actually is. But in this game, the graphics aren't as jittery as in most other PlayStation 1 titles. It's a nice, slow-paced little racer. Now with rally games, it's always a bit difficult because, you know, it's actually the time and not about overtaking the others. Well, it is in a way, but it's more indirect. So I finished, and I was number 3, I guess. Replay? Yeah, why not? I'll show a bit of replay. Now this does use high resolution graphics on the PlayStation. I just love these more limited systems and what, with a bit of clever programming, can be done with them. And the public that's dotted around is actually different. You know, they're not the same people stamped in different places. So they really did make an effort. And what's always quite interesting is that PlayStation titles often have a background that moves in conjunction with the rest of the game, and the playing field is just this small area that is drawn up with polygons that seems to drift in this space that with the edge is this projected horizon, and it can't use too much I mean, the horizon often is a big picture, but it can't be too big, too large, because the PlayStation doesn't have that much internal memory, and so yeah, it's sort of quite tough to be able to do it. But why cancel? Oh, you have to press start to select, which is quite weird. No replay. Let's go to the next. No, let's not continue to play this. So SNK sharp MSX. No, Gradius, Gopher, Nemesis, Gradius 2. A sharp 60X68000, and this is a nice title. This is not MSX. This is the Sharp Amiga, the Japanese Amiga from back in the day, and there was some awesome homebrew of MSX Gradius that is very worth checking out. Now, I'm not sure if I need to press any keys. Ah, there it is. Konami. So it's a bit of a spoof. It's a bit of a humoristic take, I guess. It's all loading from floppy, so it's actually a bit slow. This Sharp system, it's actually excellent for many arcade ports. I believe it's very similar to many of the arcade systems of the day. So this basically is an enhanced version of Nemesis 2 on the MSX, the MSX Nemesis 2, but then enhanced for the Sharp 68000. course, Nemesis being a MSX1 title, actually, it can't do that much fancy graphics, but for an MSX1 title, this game isn't bad looking. The original one, then. I'm not going to select more speed when it comes to the options, because yeah, then this happens. But yeah, this works as well, so that's cool. Sega Saturn. What is nice? Sega Rally. Sega Rally Championship plus just a championship. So this is Sega Rally Championship. This actually is quite a nice title for this for the Saturn. Must have for the system. Let's turn down the music a bit because you never know what YouTube might think of it.
3, 2,
1.
go!
Easy ride.
Easy left.
It's actually quite a nice feeling cows in the, or is it zebras? I'm not sure. It has very nice graphics, but it's a very tough game. But it does have the rally feel down very, very nicely. Even splashes in the water and stuff. And the car is, well, you can actually see through the car. You can actually see the hood of the car through the window, so that's actually quite a solid little racer. It uses the Saturn quite well, I think. Even dust is kicked up by the helicopter. So next stage, the forest. This is a very tough game, so I'm not that good at it, but it's a nice one.
3, 2, 1, go!
This is a lot twitchier because of the asphalt. Some birds flying up, really cool. Now, of course, the texture memory of this system is virtually non-existent. As you can see, I'm already facing some pointing, some countdowns in one of the check areas. But yeah, I'm distracted. It's a good excuse. Oh bloody hell. Ah! That's not good, is it? Okay. I'll just have the... No, it's up. Okay. That's cool. And let's see if I have another nice thing to work with. Video, toggle full screen. So I'm using PCM here. Not sure if it'll actually hold up, because it's a tough little emulator. Not sure if there's actually a lot of games installed. Oh yeah, there is. This is the good one. So let's check out Quake 95. Oh, it doesn't work. Bloody hell, it doesn't work. It does only work like this. That's a shame. So render driver, direct 3D. Let's hard reset and do it full screen again. Let's see if that works. Wait, I might have some trick up my sleeve by using, oh, bloody hell. It hasn't released my mouse. Oh, bloody hell. Task manager, PCM, and task. You don't want to do that, but let me see. Go to the game thing, and then again PCM. And run this, and then go to the full screen. Let's see if that works. It really doesn't, doesn't it? Oh yeah, it does. Okay, cool. So we're booting Windows 98. So, Rally Championship. Whoops, that's a bit loud. Arcade. Aim for the World Championship. Corolla. Automatic. MJB. If you notice that the sound is just coming from one speaker in this game, that's true because it's not really stereo. So this game also is available on the Dreamcast, and it basically looks the same. I believe it's one of the Windows CE games on the Dreamcast. But yeah, this is quite a cool game. You actually see ostriches running away. Yeah, but you can see this actually is more like the later Sega Rally. More and more like the later Sega Rally. But I mean, Sega really did a great job with all these rally games. There's reflections in the window and stuff. It's sort of environmental mapping, not really, but sort of. It's a bit of a fake environmental mapping, but yeah, I mean, it does look nice. It gives you a sense of the, the car's a bit reflective. So you have the forest bit. This is actually very similar to the Saturn version. The thing with these older PC games is that you have to play with the mouse and keyboard or some analog joystick. I'm sure I'm with the time, 25. I'm sure the fact that I am not encountering many opponents does give food for some thought, because nice helicopter. Oh, there's a car. Yeah, figured. And then I'll just die with the... Okay, well, time is up. I haven't made it. 13th. Game over, yeah! Okay, so let's see if I can exit this game. Bye-bye. Okay, let's see if there's some other... yeah, Doom. Yeah. That's cool. Let's see if some other games work. Dr. Z, Heretic, Hexen. works as well. Pirates Need for Speed, Rain Man. Quake. Escape. Oh, I really need to change the controls. Customize controls. Change weapon. Jump, swim up. It's control. Walk forward. It's W. Turn left. Strafe. Left. Right. Center view. Mouse swap. Keyboard swim up. Swim down. Run is shift. And spacebar is run. Shift. Oh yeah, spacebar is shift. Yeah, spacebar. Oh whatever. Let's make it like this. It's C for down. Yep. Okay. Yeah, that works a lot better. And you can jump across, yeah. But jumping is... What's jump? Options, control. Jump, swim up. Now jump has to be space. And swim up has to be control. So yeah, you have to shift. difficult controls. Oops. This was such an amazing game back in the day. Okay, so that works as well. Games. Play. Roll Cage, also available on the PlayStation. Not sure about the controls. I believe they are AZ. Or just the Whoa! Oh man, these controls are tough. Wrong way. Very twitchy game. You get the drift. Quick race, yes. Okay, well, I've been streaming for a bit, and I think I might call it quits. It's lunchtime over here, so I'll just shut down the system. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll be back for another stream. And leave a like if you like this. And yeah, hope to see you another day.